we can calculate the F critical value with the help of F table or F distribution table. Okay, and therein we need to remember these parameters. Like previously, whatever we remembered these parameters, herein we need to remember these parameters. Okay, now what is these parameters? What is the critical value and so on and so forth? Nothing but alpha we are considering the 95%. It may be, let's say, in case of 99% confidence level, we'll consider it 0.01, correct? So similarly here I have considered 95%, that is means 0.05 concept, because I need to see or refer this F table, and to refer this F table we need to understand few things before that. Okay, and it is calculation is very easy. These are the values of actually, and you need to pick up the right value, right critical value from here. Okay, hold on for a moment. So degree of freedom dfn is nothing but k minus 1, which is denoted by dfn, which is column degree of freedom. As I said in the table, you remember when I showed the table, okay, I explained all of this degree of freedom. Okay, n minus 1, k minus 1, correct. Hope you have understood that. And degree of freedom is nothing but the nt minus k, which is the row degree of freedom. dfn we call it degree of freedom of numerator. dfd is said as degree of freedom of denominator, which is nothing but k minus 1 and nt minus k represented in that manner, where degree of freedom, I said that freedom of the numerator, degree of freedom of denominator is represented by dfd, k is total number of groups and nt is total sample size. Very easy to understand. Okay, very easy to calculate on that. And not only that, let's take an example. I said that if critical value can be calculated with the help of this alpha and the degree of freedom, alpha and degree of freedom, right? So in that case, let's take an example. Previously, whatever example we gave, like there are 1 2 3 and 1 2 3 4 example purpose. So r equals to 4 and row equals to 4 and column is equals to 3. So, and I'm considering 95% confidence level, which is 0.05. Now you understand how this F table is interpreted or used. Now if you see that column represent the degree of freedom V1, that is this one, these are the degrees of freedom, and row represent degrees of freedom V2 if I consider in that manner for denominator F test. Well, now the moment I need to calculate the degree of freedom of numerator and degree of freedom of denominator, then we are going to consider this, right? So degree of freedom of numerator is k minus 1, which is column minus 1 in this case. Okay, think that there are total 3 columns and 4 rows. So 3 minus 1, which is equals to 2. And degree of freedom of denominator is denoted by nt minus k. Now nt is nothing but what? It is mentioned total sample size. Now if this is a table, the total sample size is what? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12, correct? So total 12 sample we are having. So this is 12 minus k. K is number of groups. So I am having, how many groups do I have now? How many groups do I have? Group 1, group 2 and group 3. So minus 3, which is nothing but 9. Clear? So herein I am saying degree of freedom numerator is 2, degree of freedom of denominator is 9. Now considering these 2 and 9, we can find out the critical value. Hope you have understood the concept of this section. It is clarified properly. You have enjoyed. See you in the next section.